Hey everyone. So just wanted to stop in and say hello. Some of you on here know me and you know my story of how I got into yoga and thought of teacher trainings. Some of you may not, so I wanted to just tell you a little bit today about that. So when I first, my first, so I'll start here. My first yoga class, I went with a friend, and it was not a pretty sight to say the least. I was like a fish out of water, just flopping around on the mat. Had no idea about alignment. I had no idea where my body was in space. I wasn't a natural by any means. Um, so although even though I was not a natural, I loved it. I fell in love with it. I knew it was my dharma. I knew it was my life path from that moment. And I decided at that moment that I would take yoga for 3 years, and then I would go get a yoga teacher training, and that would be my life. That this is what I was going to do for the rest of my life. So that's what I did. And I worked so hard to really learn these alignments and really get myself in check. And it was hard, you know. Um, but I was able to figure out where my body needed to be and was able to shape up my practice. So what has happened with that is it's become my superpower, as is the case for most of us when we have something that was like a real hurdle to get over, or something that held us back, or something that was very fear-based. Me coming from a family of athletes and not being one myself, there was always that insecurity about it. So there was that on top of everything else, the fact that I really wasn't that coordinated or able to move into those poses easily. But because I had to work so hard to make that happen, when I do my teacher trainings and my yoga classes, I'm very, very precise and very clear with how to get you into the poses, how to get you into proper alignment, in a very simple way. Um, even my teacher trainings, I take these complex things and I simplify them so that it's easy to understand because of how I've broken it down for myself. So the very thing that possibly could have been what would hold me back is the very thing that made me who I am today, and what makes my classes and the trainings very different. And they really are very different. So if any those of you who have experienced it, you know that they're very alignment based, but they're fun and there's a lot of movement to them. Teacher trainings very precise in the alignments and the cueing and all the teaching methodologies are broken down in a very easy to follow way because of that. So what I really want to, I guess, sum up with this is that whatever it is in your life that you struggle with, or whatever you think is holding you back, it's really going to become your superpower. It's going to be what you excel at. It's going to be something that you can take from that experience and not only better yourself, but help someone else with it. That's been the case throughout my life for myself and many of my students as well. Um, they take these things that they look at on the surface to be something that would hold you back, and in actuality, it's what allows you to soar. It's what allows you to fly. So remember that your superpower is usually the very thing that you think is going to hold you back, the thing that's fear-based, and it's total opposite. So anyway, that's my little tidbit for today. Stay tuned for some other videos coming up in the new year. Um, Posture alignments, philosophy, all things yoga, some helpful things I hope for your yoga practice, and then also for your mindfulness practices and all that good stuff. So signing off. Have a great night.